Hey guys, Cold here. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, if you're not members of my Discord channel or of my YouTube, so you probably haven't seen the YouTube community post or the post I did on my Discord channel. We're gonna have a 10x this weekend. It's always expected after a 2x. The past, I don't know how long, since the summer, we've been having this 10x, 2x, and this theme for this weekend is gonna be all provoke champions. Of course, it's not going to be all of the provoke champions in the game, but the select few that everybody's looking for. At least some of these, everybody's looking at least for some of these champions for when they summon some shards. So we'll go through the list and I'll just rank each and every one of them in what I think would be the best for you to go for if you do have some shards and you want to try your luck. So first up, I'll go through the epics, guys. So Banner Lord, it's going to be Seneschal. He's a defense force champion. He does have a provoke on his, where is it, A3. So counterattack on himself and then a provoke for a 5-turn cooldown. 4 if you book him out, but 6 books right here, plus another 2, plus another 4. Yeah, a ton of books for a champion who doesn't really cut it in terms of longevity for your investment. You're going to invest in the champion, put some books in him. Are you going to use him all throughout? Probably not, maybe Faction Wars, but I would say that you should not be going for this summon if you want to be opening up shards. But you're probably opening up shards trying to get a legendary anyway, so you might get this guy in the end. He's definitely going to help out in the faction wars for ban alerts if you're having issues there controlling the waves with that nice A3, which doesn't exactly work if you don't have it booked. It's only a 50% chance, so better have it booked, because if you miss this on a 5 turns cooldown, you're gonna be in trouble. Next up, we're gonna go all the way to Dark Elves with Crimson Helm. Of course, she doesn't only have a revive on death. She's known to be used in the past in some of the Phoenix teams for clan boss, but she also has a provoke on that A2. Attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a provoke. I think this is a pretty good skill. You can take it all the way right here to 95%. That's not bad. It's 20% here plus 75, so 95% on a 4 random hitting skill. It would be nice if this was selective, so you could use her in arena basically and provoke everybody, but it's gonna be random. It can possibly hit the same target. I think that's how it works. So getting her, she's okay. She can be a carry. She has a decreased attack on that A1, goes all the way to 50%. She's got the provoke, a block damage buff on herself, so she doesn't get damaged when she's attacked. So it's different. It's not an unkillable. So it's not an unkillable is a block damage is different. So unkillable just takes her to 1% health, while the block damage just blocks all incoming damage, which is way better in my opinion, because she doesn't start her next turn with basically 0 health. And the revive and death can be good, plus the increased defense on a 4-turn cooldown. She definitely is way better than Seneschal. Next up, of course, guys, is Sunlash Survivor. If you haven't seen my ancient shard pulls for my birthday, was like what, almost a month ago, exactly a month ago. I did try to pull for Sunlash at least to get some of those epics, but of course I was trying to get legendaries as well. So Sunlash Survivor is an amazing champion. Not only she has a great lead that gives you defense if you're missing that for your clan boss team, she's got that provoke on that A1. Basically a really good way to protect your team when you do provoke with a defense champion, a defensive based champion. She also has a way to apply ally protect and block damage on herself, and the ally protect is on your allies, block damage it's on herself. And she also has a way to decrease the enemy buffs duration and increase the duration of your own buff. So she definitely works in many situations for not only the clan boss, but also situations for dungeons where the fight might go for a little bit longer that you wanted to. So definitely the best one out of the epics from normal shards, so not from void shards. Next up, of course, another great provoke champion is going to be Molly Tankard. I think she is one of the better champions you can pull as a legendary, comparing her utility in both the dungeons, but also, guys, for arena, she does have a way to revive champions and also apply a block damage buff on them. If they die, it's a 4-turn cooldown. She's very good for faction wars, and she also has this great provoke on that A2. It's a massive AoE provoke that can go up to 2 turns on a 50% chance. I think that's a pretty good skill set for a champion like that. Not only that, guys, she also fills your allies' turn meter when she is attacked, so the provoke can also help out with that. She provokes the enemies. The enemies they have to attack her even if they don't have an AoE. They have to attack her with the default skills, when the provoke is on, so she does give a ton of turn meter to the whole of your team, and you can get this to a 1-turn cooldown. Then finally, a champion that everybody was hating until the release of the Doom Tower. Honestly, everybody was having issues with War Chief, not finding any use for him, but honestly, now with the release of the Doom Tower, he is just amazing for that Magma Dragon boss, because that boss can be provoked. You can use War Chief in there. He gains a ton of defense when your allies are dead, and he also reflects back damage to the attacker. So a great champion for that specific Doom Tower stage. Of course, for all the other areas, he's not that useful, but because he provides a way to do a provoke and also steal buffs from the target, and also a provoke on the A1, he's a fantastic provoker. If you just need that, a champion that has control, then you can use War Chief for sure. And there's even some defensive teams that use War Chief just to be a little bit mean with the opponents, attacking with maybe a burst champion. Of course, guys, we've got 3 more champions for this list. It's going to be Umbral Enchantress. The remaining 3 are void, so she is one of them. She's an epic defense champion in the Demon Spoons faction. She is just amazing. Look at this A3. It's a 2-turn provoke and also applies an unkillable on her own self. Also a block cooldown skills, but that's not really important. The important thing is how much control she gives to your team. If you haven't seen my free brew videos so far, you know that I've been using Umbral to climb up in arena, and I'm actually now in silver 3 in only 48 days of play on that free brew account. So fantastic epic. She's definitely helpful for that faction where it's controlling that stage with all the Valkyries. She is a legend in there, and she also has a very nice A2 block buffs for a 3-turn cooldown on an AoE, 100% chance when you fully book it. She definitely deserves the books if you can give them to her. So definitely a worthy epic to summon if you're going to be opening up your voids. Next up is going to be Angar, another very annoying Void Legendary champion. One of the 2 Void Legendary champions that do have provoke that are offered in this 10x, and the next one will amaze you. So Angar, guys, has a very annoying A1 that does apply a provoke, but the reason this is so annoying is because he applies provoke on his A2 as well, but also reflect damage on all allies and a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. So he applies a counterattack buff on himself, and then just when he gets attacked, he goes in there to attack. He can apply provoke on that A1 as well. So annoying. He basically keeps on a provoke forever. So if you go in a stage with him and I give him that counterattack buff, he becomes even more annoying. There's a few stages in the Doom Tower where you see the true potential of Angar on how annoying he can be to kill. So if you don't have anything to remove buffs from him, you're basically locked in there, provoked forever, or as long as Angar wants to, basically. And finally, guys, so many whales will be going for Krisk the Ageless this weekend. Of course, everybody will be pulling for him. Anybody who doesn't have him will be pulling. Anybody who wants a second one will be pulling. I guarantee it. It's a fantastic champion. Of course, after 2x on Voids, they would have offered the 10x like this. I don't say anything against Chris. I can't say anything. He is a fantastic champion. He is one of the top Void legendaries. No questions asked. You cannot say anything against this champion. He has everything. A decreased speed on the A1, increased buffs, duration on the A2 ally protection, plus continuous heals. Then he also has a provoke on the A3, so he fits the theme of the provoke champions. He applies an increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns and an increased speed buff on all allies. He is used by one of the teams that managed to breach the 200 million record on the clan boss for Ultra Nightmare. So if you ever had dreams of that, you definitely need a Krisk. And he also has an amazing passive that provides a shield in each round to your whole team, and also an increased decreased defense debuff and a decreased attack debuff on the attacker when he gets hit. So I use him almost everywhere in so many teams. He's not only good for the Doom Tower, he's good for dungeons, he's good for clan boss, he's good for arena offense, he's good for arena defense. If you have extra voids, if you're feeling lucky, if you think you've reached the mercy limit for voids, you haven't pulled a void legendary for so long, I would say go for Krisk. Try to pull to get a legendary. The chances to pick up a legendary are still the same, 0.5%, but this is going to be a 10x chance for you to pick up a Krisk compared to all the other times that you'll be pulling shards. If you don't have one, I would say go for it. If you are not a spender, it's all about luck. That's the real thing with this game, guys. It's all about gambling your shards. These 10x are always there to try to entice you to spend your shards way before we have a 2x. So next week we're gonna have a 2x on Ancient. So I mean, comparing the Void legendaries offered in this 10x to the normal legendaries, yeah, I wouldn't worry for myself to open up my Ancients, but Voids, especially if I didn't have Krisk already, I would be pulling all my Voids. But yeah, after the 2x, I have 2. So I will still be opening them, but I mean, even if I get Anger, I'll be okay with Anger. But honestly, I want a second Krisk just to have a second Krisk. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Are you going to be pulling this weekend your Void shards? If you are, then leave it down in the comments below. If you're not, still leave down in the comments below why you're not pulling. I know I've never got the 10x champion that I wanted to out of 10x's so far, so I don't have any hopes for this one to get a second Krisk. Nevertheless, I'll open the, I don't know how many shards I'll have. I won't buy any packs because that's just gonna be a waste of money, at least for me. But I know other people who will be pulling shards for sure. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.